Good day, welcome. This is your Daily Med with Lady V. Today we look at Psalm 25, a psalm of David when he was in distress. He says, "Unto thee, O Lord, do I lift up my soul. O my God, I trust in thee. Let me not be ashamed. Let not mine enemies triumph over me. Yea, let none that wait on thee be ashamed. Let them be ashamed which transgress without cause. Show me thy ways, O Lord. Teach me thy paths. Lead me in thy truth and teach me, for thou art the God of my salvation. On thee do I wait all the day. Remember, O Lord, thy tender mercies and thy loving kindness, for they are ever of old. Remember not the sins of my youth, nor my transgressions. According to thy mercy, remember me for thy goodness' sake, O Lord. Good and upright is the Lord. Therefore will he teach sinners in the way. The meek will be guided in judgment, and the meek will he teach his way. All the paths of the Lord are mercy and truth unto such as keep his covenant and his testimonies. For thy name's sake, O Lord, pardon mine iniquities, for it is great. What man is he that feareth the Lord? Him shall he teach in the way that he shall choose. His soul shall dwell at ease, and his seed shall inherit the earth. The secret of the Lord is with them that fear him, and he will show them his covenant. Mine eyes are ever towards the Lord, for he shall pluck my feet out of the net. Turn thee unto me, and have mercy upon me, for I am desolate and afflicted. The troubles of my heart are enlarged. O bring thou me out of my distresses. Look upon mine affliction and my pain, and forgive all my sins. Consider mine enemies, for they are many, and they hate me with cruel hatred. O keep my soul and deliver me. Let me not be ashamed, for I put my trust in thee. Let integrity and uprightness preserve me, for I wait on thee. Redeem Israel, O Lord, out of all his troubles. Today this is a psalm that David prayed while he was in distress. And he made some requests of the Lord. He says, let me not be ashamed. He says, let not mine enemies triumph over me. He says, let none that pray be ashamed. He says, let the sinners be ashamed. He says, show me your ways. He prays, Lord, teach me thy paths. Lead me into truth. Teach me truth. Remember your mercies. He says, remember also your loving kindness. Remember not my youthful sins. Remember for your goodness sake. So David was saying, it's not on my merit, but on yours, O God, remember me. He knew that God is the one who had created all things for his own pleasure and for his glory, that he might make himself known, that he might manifest his goodness unto him. So it was in this light that he was asking God to hear him and to answer his prayer. He asked God because God was good. He asked him because he has always trusted him, and he knew that he was merciful. He knew that God was upright, and therefore when he comes to God as a sinner, that God would be merciful unto him. So he says in verse 8, you will teach sinners your ways. In verse 9 he says, you will guide the meek in judgment. You will teach the meek your ways. You will manifest your mercy and your truth to those who keep your covenant in verse 10. We also see some of the blessings that the meek will inherit. It says the meek will be satisfied. He will receive satisfaction. The meek will be guided in judgment. The meek will have the knowledge of God. The meek will also have the earth for his inheritance. The meek will also be granted salvation. The meek will receive help from God. The meek's joy, those who are meek, their joy will be increased. And the meek will have the presence and power of the Holy Spirit. The meek will also be a blessing to others. The meek will also walk or live a life of patience. So who are some of the meek that we have seen in the scriptures? We have seen Abraham. He was meek before God. We also see Isaac. He was meek in the sight of God. We saw Moses in the Old Testament. He was meek in the sight of God. Gideon also was a meek person in the sight of God. We saw Hannah, Samuel's mother. She was meek in the sight of God. We also saw David. He was meek in the sight of God. We saw the Apostle Paul in the New Testament. He is meek also in the sight of God. We saw Jesus Christ himself, who is meek, who is humble before his own Father. So David was saying, I find myself amongst these people. Lord, help me. I need your help. He seeked forgiveness from his sins first of all. And because he trusted God, he was saying, I am depending upon you to help me, for I am in trouble. He says in verse 12, what man is he that feareth the Lord? Him shall he teach in the way that he has chosen. And David has chosen the right way, to look heavenward at all times, keeping his heart and mind stayed upon God. Therefore, he says, listen, in verse 15, mine eyes are ever towards the Lord, for he shall pluck my feet out of the net. So he knew there was a net that was set for him, but he was now dependent on God to take him out of the immediate trouble that he was in. And that is why he was praying this prayer to God. If we find ourselves with our feet in the net that the enemy has used or tried to use to entangle us or to ensnare us, let us, like David, pray today. Oh God, I put my trust in you. Let me not be ashamed. Let not mine enemies triumph over me. God bless you today, and thank you again for watching, and God bless America.